Hello, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to the Rhythmic Resonance Podcast. This is your host, TR, and this week I sat down with Atryp. Anthony is a hip-hop artist stationed in Bozeman, Montana, and is definitely someone who deserves to be highlighted and heard. Originally hailing from California, Atryp's lyrical approach is apparent with every track he graces. The way he paints a picture with description and feeling has earned him a title of wordsmith. His Mixtape Monday run this year has not only been inspiring, but also motivating for anyone who listens. Hearing him create all sorts of different tracks ranging from old school hip hop to upbeat alternative rap with a mission that has always remained the same week after week: create with passion. Every time I get to talk to him, there's a sense of love, authenticity, and kindness I feel emanating from his soul, and that alone is something I appreciate wholeheartedly. But before I say too much, here's Atryp on the Rhythmic Resonance Podcast, episode number 12, at Area 41 Collective. So, where'd you grow up?
Okay, so I'm a bit of a nomad, brother. So I was born in Cali, right?
Okay.
I was raised out there till about 8, 9, and then we shifted coast over to Pittsburgh, to the East Coast.
Oh, okay.
And I was there until about 13. So there's a lot of like development years over there, even especially when it comes to like hip hop and music. Because when I was younger, we were listening to, it was that West Coast,
Yeah.
It was Pac, it was Cube, it was Snoop, it was these voices that they're so distinct because like you kind of been raised off them. So when we shifted coast at that age, it was a whole new world almost, So when I think of where I was raised, it kind of ties in through like Cali, Pittsburgh, and then at 13 we went back to the West Coast. We went back to Cali and then to Vegas. Vegas is probably where I had the largest chunk of development. High school ages and stuff like that. Finished high school and stuff there.
Yeah.
So I kind of have love spread all across, and now I'm in Montana, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I've been out here for almost 10 years now. So it's like I look at it as stages in life, and I'm still growing up, kind of. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I was at these places when I was younger, growing, and now I'm still growing, and now I'm growing in Bozeman, Montana.
Yeah, totally. What brought you guys to Bozeman?
Bozeman. I guess I gotta rewind a little bit. So what brought me to Montana? I was 25. I think I was 25, going on 26.
Yeah.
Working in Vegas. I was doing ranger work down there, so like city ranger. So if you're on the strip, you have Metro that deals with all like the serious shit and whatnot, and then you have the city rangers that kind of make sure people aren't getting robbed and mugged, card theft, shit like that, right? So I was almost working in a hamster wheel. Like that's the way I kind of felt like that was. You're in a system. You're just looking for a 9 to 5, find a good one, and get locked in as soon as possible, right? Yeah. So maybe at a hotel, casino, somewhere out there where there's that stable line of work,
Totally. Yeah.
And I was just locked into that for so long. And I had a brother, my older brother Byron, who moved out to Montana. Maybe I think I was around 18 when he moved out there. So he was out here for a while before we came out here, and he was always trying to get me to come out here. Yeah. So we ended up coming out and visiting. And when I came out and visited, I was like, bro, like this is nice. Things were cheaper. Like jobs paid more. And he was like, hey man, look, like how much do you like your situation out there? Right. And I was like, bro, like I guess I don't think about how much I like it or not, but like it's working.
It's just a necessity of life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he knew like, me and just like the, layers and shit like that. Like he knows the shit that I enjoy, you know, peace. You know, I'm a bit introverted, like artistic and shit like that. So he was always like, bro, like you would love it out here, man. Just come out here. So I visited, and I didn't really want to go back. It wasn't winter at that time, so I didn't know how crazy it got out here, bro. It was the perfect time.
Hadn't had the full experience
yet.
yet.
Bro. I think it was like August. It was like August, September at the latest, so it wasn't cold yet. And it was amazing. And I remember having a conversation with him when he was like, okay, so like, what are you making at your job out in Vegas? So you been there for how long? Okay, so what are you making out there?
Yeah.
Okay, I know you don't like it because we already talked about that. So like, what if you found a job out here that paid you more money, and you found a place that that was less expensive, and it's just things are more accessible as far as like you wanting to like take that next step in life, right? Clear your mind and just really get like that, almost like that jump start, right?
Totally, yeah.
And so he made that challenge, and I was like, bro, you're not gonna find that. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's a couple of weeks. Long story short, he found that. He was like, hey, bro, like there's this job, and the guy I'm working with right now, he said he'd pay you this right now if you came out here to do that. So I went back to Vegas, and I think it was like a maybe 3-week process or something like that, maybe, before I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to Montana. Yeah. Because at first I was like, it's a nice notion, you know, when you get back home. But then you start dealing with the bullshit out there, and it's like, you know, wait, do I really
want to deal with this and subject myself to this?
Right? Like, I don't really like this. Like, this is just like what I'm used to. This is just comfortable. But I really like, you know, peace of mind and just seeing the different scenery, the mountains out here, bro. Like shit that I've only really seen on movies, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And that was just amazing, bro. Like, that caught me quick. So that ended up drawing me back out here. Came back out maybe within like that month, and have just been. And I touched down in what was it, Dillon, Montana.
Nice.
That was the first spot.
Okay.
And you know, I was out there for about 6 months, and then just started migrating to like different parts, bigger parts of Montana. Then it was Helena for a little bit, and then I met my lady, my partner Debbie, and I met her when I was in Helena, and she lived in Bozeman, and then so I moved to Bozeman, and then from there, bro, I've been out in Bozeman, bro. I've just been posted up. I've been, you know, being inspired by these mountains, by this beautiful, you know, just like step back and just enjoying the peaceful surroundings, man.
Yeah. That's one thing I miss about Bozeman is like waking up and seeing like the mountain range.
Right.
And oh my God.
It's so open. We were just talking about that.
So open. Here it's very constricted and very like closed off, you know? And over there it's just like I could wake up to this every
those
day.
moments.
Yeah.
Now I'm not shitting on Missoula though, because
no.
Every time I come here, I'm like, I don't want to leave. You know what I'm saying? It's but I mean, Montana in itself, bro, is such a like, it's just just magnetic energy. When the energy's there and authentic, it's magnetic. And there's a lot of areas like that out here. And when I come to Missoula, I feel something. I feel a little extra, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want my Bozeman people to, you know, to look at that anyway, because I love Bozeman, but like something about Missoula, and it could be just, you know, from where I come from, where I was raised,
totally.
in just like bigger cities that are a little bit more closed off, right? So it feels like this is like what I'm used to.
For sure.
Added with like that extra just element of just wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally. I mean, over here it's just like go, go, go. Like it has that like city vibe to it a little bit, where it's like everyone's just like going. Time is flying by. Busy city, lots to do, lots happening, lots in like all the different scenes. So it definitely like, it's just clockwork, just
and you know what? And I love that. So I love the, you know, take a breath, take a beat off, enjoy the you know, the roses, smell the flowers. Like I love that, right? But then we're hustlers at heart too, bro. Like we're out here chasing dreams and shit. So like when I see you guys got this set up out here, right? Like you see that Area 41. These are real life human beings that are saying, hey, look, I have this dream. I want to make music.
Totally.
I don't care what society says. If they say this isn't the best way, or if I shouldn't do this, or if they look down upon it, I want to do this. And now there's an institution built around that.
Yes.
Like that's like that's manifested, bro. Like, and I feel like in order for that stuff to keep happening, it has to, for one, start, and then people have to look at that, model something after it, and keep going. You feel me? So
Totally.
yeah, man. I love the energy out here.
For sure. Yeah, it's just setting that standard of like, this is where we want it to be at, and so like, let's just keep it there, and then sometimes everyone else has to rise up to get to that point. You know?
Period. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
Rising up, bro.
Not at all.
Yeah.
No, I mean it gets everybody grinding. It gets everybody working harder. Like it inspires people. Like, but if you can set it up here, that just makes everyone else around better.
Yeah.
You know,
Hell
lifts
yeah.
them up.
Hell yeah, man.
So when did you kind of decide that you were into music? Was it like something that you were always into, or did it kind of just become something that you wanted to pursue? Tell me about that journey a little bit.
Okay. I think it's almost like I've had quite a few conversations with a lot of you guys about this off cam. Probably a lot with Mello, just with the differences of like cultures, right? Like where we come from, it's almost like a rite of a passage. You know what I'm saying? So like you're hearing what you're hearing from as young as you can imagine. So like,
for sure.
you know, hearing Pac's voice, Cube, Snoop. Like when you hear these voices, like it's almost like it's the voice of an OG. So there's someone around you that it reminds you of that, or that is like that. So when you hear these well-known artists, right, that are saying these things that the same OGs are saying around you, it sticks, and it kind of becomes like a way, like a language almost. So you start, even if you don't make music, right, you start speaking in terms of lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I feel like from when we were young, that was like a big part. So like when you don't have a lot of extra shit, if you don't have you're not going on vacations,
Sure.
there wasn't a lot of just like extra fun shit. So when it comes to the music, movies and shit like that, like me and my siblings were you become almost buffs of it.
Yeah.
And then when you decide you want to create it, it's like, can I actually do this? Like, could I actually rap? And I think when I realized that it was like a tool that I could use to just create art, I was probably around 9, 10, and that's when you just start making your own little songs and stuff, or walking around just like making our own songs.
Totally.
There was the first one that I wrote, the first song that I kind of wrote, put together, bro. It was horrible, right? But I was like in 4th grade, and I did it on a school computer. It was during the time, because I finished the assignment early. They're like, you got to write a little like paragraph about this book, bro. That was the easiest shit in the world, right? So I'm writing a paragraph about this book that I didn't read, just looking at the back of it, right? That's before I knew I even loved to read.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
And bro, like the song was called Trouble, and it was I still remember the case. It was everywhere I go, I always get in trouble. Everywhere I go, I always get in trouble, right? And then like one of the verses starts off, I was at school acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? Like just like very old school.
Yeah. Playing into those
cadence.
influences.
Yeah, bro, all the influences.
Totally.
So I knew that's like that felt good doing. And so the crazy thing about that is, so I did that. I wrote the song on the computer. Didn't think anything of it. The teacher found it, and the teacher read the song out in front of the class. And like, well, listen to what one of the students. She didn't say it was me.
Oh, good. Okay.
But she was like, listen to one of the students.
Embarrassment.
Yeah, right. But the thing is, everyone in the class loved it, and it's at that moment I was like, like, because everyone loved it, because they were like, so one of the students wrote, I was at school acting a fool, and then the lyrics were animated and just ridiculous, bro, right? Like some real cartoon stuff.
Totally.
And the class loved it. They were just like, oh man, like, yeah, like that's how I feel. Like, I always get in trouble. Like, why am I? Like, we always get in trouble. And the teacher's like, do you guys feel like you always get in trouble? And it became a thing. It was a moment, bro. And like for me, that's like when you don't have a lot of powerful moments as a kid, right? And a lot's out of your control. I think it's more about, it shows you what you can do with like almost like an intangible. You know what I'm saying? Like this is something that we don't know how it's valued. Like the world's telling me that this may not even have value.
For sure.
You feel me? But clearly it does, because it's able to connect and move with certain people.
Totally.
And it was from then, and I was like, okay, I gotta write music. And my older brother, Leon, who passed away, God rest his soul, he was always into the animated, like rap, if you will. So like, it was the East Coast stuff before we were on the East Coast.
For sure.
So like Wu-Tang, right? So when we found out about Wu-Tang, it was like, the fuck is this? Like, this is crazy. Like, this is like, this isn't even just the what we've been listening to, what we loved growing up, which was just all of the just gangsta rap, bro, or just the attitude of I'm gonna fuck something up, rather than the attitude of I may not even have aggression right now, but like I'm still rapping and like I'm talking about some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they start, bro, like the arts of, of just meditation and just like the shit that they're talking about that wasn't just popular, at least for us in the music at that time, where you start wondering what the fuck are they talking about?
Right.
And then you start looking into what they're talking about, and then you get older. And now as I'm older, I definitely identify with like
It resonates.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So it's more like I'm a RZA guy, right? More than I'm a Method Man guy right now, right? And it's crazy because Method Man and Red, who brought us on, right? And legends love them, right?
Yep.
And then the state of the mind, right, of where RZA's at, and then you see kind of like how he tied in everything. It's like Spider-Man's guy, bro. Right?
For sure.
It's like Spider-Man and then this guy, like
RZA's
the guy behind the camera that's tying everything in, telling them, hey, take a left here. There's somebody off to your right.
Yeah.
Like, you see how powerful that is, and how you can influence people to do shit. Like, to influence the rappers to be rappers, bro. Like, go off and be rappers. Fuck what everybody else is saying.
100%.
It's a beautiful thing to rap, and it's not a. We should be proud of that. Like, we shouldn't be just like, bro. Like, I'm not a. I gotta tie something to it. For a while, like I felt like that to open up doors. It was easiest to do coming up, and it's like, no, bro. Like, I'm a rapper, bro. Like, I love rapping. I always have. I always will. I will always lead with that.
Yeah.
I've learned to kind of grow my music expression to kind of widen the language of it.
100%.
But
yes.
like,
and the messaging too.
Yeah, because that's important to me,
yes,
bro.
The
That's
intention
important.
and the purpose of like what you're even doing with it, because you can like rap your ass off all day, but like when it has an intention and a purpose, that changes everything about what you're doing. Yeah,
absolutely, bro.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a learning lesson, right? Because it's like you could just rap,
right.
Kind of a sidebar. It's like Lil Wayne just dropped a project, right?
Oh, man.
Like, and I'm not, and I'm a Wayne. Like, I'm crazily inspired by Wayne, like crazily, right? And he's still doing what he's always done very well, which is rapping. But that's it. Like, that's it. Like, it's just the raps. So like, so for me, like, I'll judge myself off that like regularly, bro. It's like, what do you want to say? Like, what do you actually want to say? So not like the nature of the song, like, oh, I can't talk about like sex, or I can't talk about, smoking some weed or whatever it is, but just think about the message first, whatever it is, because it's going to help you make a better song to connect with whoever that audience is. And I think that's the learn it lesson for me, is not just wanting to rap in circles, right? Or wanting to just rap as good as I can, but learning to kind of rap with purpose, with direction. Yeah. But being proud of that. So like, we're rappers. If someone's like, are you a musician? It's like, yeah, man, I make music. Right. I'm a rapper, and I'm learning other elements of it. You feel me? Like,
the artistry
of it. I'm learning that shit, bro. But like, this is where the love and the passion comes from. You feel me? This is why I'm here right now. Totally. My boy TR, you feel me?
For sure. Totally. Yeah. I mean, and I think that when we like look in a broader scheme of things, like a lot of artists can just like rap about whatever, and there's a time and place for that. But then also, like, if that's where you're at and you feel led to like section off into a new area or a new lane, then like, why not do it? Because like, if you have the ability to move, do something, why not think about doing it?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think you do a disservice to yourself because you're keeping yourself from the like joy of completing things. So like, and that was my biggest thing too. Like not like I had to learn how to step out of that bracket of just wanting to rap. Like I'm telling you, like aggressively reminding people, like, yo, listen, bro, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just want to rap though, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Like I don't want to write a song to that beat. Like that beat right there is not gonna allow me to rap the way I want to rap. You feel me?
For sure.
So, taking a different perspective to it, because like I have some of the best songs on beats that I didn't even want to write to because of realizing that I'd have to approach it with a different like strength, you know, and not the strongest strength. Not the
For sure.
Like I want to feel the way about rap. I want to feel the way about everything else as I do about rap when I'm rapping, right? And like that is, to me, that's what keeps me going. Like that's what keeps me going is like, okay, and you want to rap, got it. What's the message? Boom, this is the message. You want to encourage people to follow their dreams, to do what they do, to not be distracted by the things that constantly distract us, right?
Yes,
and
totally.
just to do it consistently, you know, and look around, find the people that are doing it consistently. Try to align yourself with them if you can. If you can't, watch them from a distance. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I tell artists all the time, like that try to reach out to me, like, bro, I'm horrible on social media, but partially because I've never allowed it to have like a real life value, you know, in my life. So like it's
totally.
I'm excited about doing things like in the real world because like that's where like my strength lies. So there's probably people that are so good with social media that like their strength is there. They want to hit that. Like, you know, Deb, she does social media stuff. She helps me with a lot of my stuff. She'll tell me to get on to go comment, you know what I'm saying? Or go see, you know, go see what you're missing and shit like that.
Right.
Go see if you're missing some shit. Or have you hit this platform this week, you know, because maybe you've been really good at hitting one and you haven't hit the other one in a month or something. So like different things like that, bro. But I think it's all a growing process for me. And I look around at a lot of the younger guys, and that's how I've been able to pull a lot of inspiration to keep going and doing this wave, bro. Like you got to be in front of people. And right now, social media is the way to do that. So,
For sure.
you know?
For sure. Yeah. And I think you hit like a good point where you were like, you need to live real life first, you know, because like that's what you're on the earth doing.
Yeah.
You know, you're living your real life, and then the social media is just like this like virtual space, and just getting too lost in it sometimes is like, it has no real value. As you said, it's literally just like it's like a tool to use, like, and looking at it as a tool and not like a form of reality. Because like people immerse themselves in that where they're like too into social media, so they just like they're living this double life or this fake life. But it's like when you know, you can separate those two things and use one as a tool, use one as like, I'm just living my life like, as normal, you know. And that's like an important distinction to make, I think, even with a lot of the younger cats too, you know, because social media is a fairly new thing for a lot of people. And so it's like using it as a way to help you grow instead of like getting lost in it and going somewhere you don't want to go.
And that's a very insightful take, bro, because I feel like I had to learn that and connect it to meditation to kind of, you know what I'm saying? So like for me, that's something that a lot of people don't value, right? Like they're just like, oh, you know, they don't see the practical value in it, but there's definitely value in it that I've found at this point, right? That someone couldn't convince me otherwise on, but it isn't this reality, right? So like I can go there and say, hey, this is what I want my reality to be like, and focus in this space to kind of get this clarity to come here to kind of bring it all through. And in a sense, social media is like that too. So there may be a lot of negativity around it, right? More than in your head when you're meditating, you know, once you can silence it all.
When you're with yourself.
Yeah, when you're with yourself.
Yeah.
But and this is what I've been trying to just figure out. If I can figure a way out how to work social media like meditation, so it's almost like this is another realm that I can enter, and for, you know, calculated periods of time, right? So if I want to meditate, like I have a family, I have like, you know, responsibilities and shit like that. So like I'm not just monking it out the whole day, right?
Doom scrolling.
You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly, bro.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like if I could find a way to kind of get in, get out on missions and like almost like have this meditative state on social media, reach the people you need to reach and connect to the community. So like you guys are 3.5 hours, 4 hours away, right? So like it's easier to connect with you guys via social media. So I can just kind of have that note, remind myself, like connect with these guys through social media. So now social media has a little bit more value for me. You feel me?
For sure.
As it starts to kind of add those pieces. And like, I think that as that keeps going, well, my hope is as that keeps going, it gets increasingly easier, bro, to just like be like, yo, like I'm here. Let's, do a not miss stuff. Cause I feel like right now I miss a lot of shit. So I go back and I'm like, oh, okay, let me.
But I mean, it's hard to even keep up with everything going on,
bro.
Like sometimes we aren't wired for that kind of stuff. Like we can't just pay attention to literally like every single thing happening. And like, it's like FOMO a little bit. Yeah. It's like, we don't want to have that FOMO, but at the end of the day, it's like, we can only do what we can do in a day, and not stress about it too much.
And not stress about it too much, right, bro? It's just like focusing on the important shit.
100%. 100%. So throughout the early parts of the career and your process and having that evolve, and is the purpose like right now what we kind of talked about earlier and just having that purpose behind like the music? Is that where you're feeling like you're at now? Like kind of talk about the current present Atryp right now. Because you've been going crazy every Monday. It's a Mixtape Monday. And it's just like, it's crazy to see that and coming out with quality work.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate
every Monday. And you've been doing it for how long? 12, 15?
This is
weeks?
This Monday will be 22. Week 22, I think.
Crazy
I think it's week 22. I may have to check. I may have to check that. But yeah, because I got this week is the one with Apex.
Beautiful.
Apex release. We got one coming out. So yeah.
So what clicked in your head that changed that? Because it went from like coming up with a project, culminating a project, the No Place Like Home, and then now it's like single, just busting them out.
It's something I encourage artists to do that I had to be encouraged to do, right? Which is you have to try your hand at different just different trades within your skill almost, right? So like for me to create an album, like I'm more of an album guy. So like anytime I sit down to create music, I'm thinking like, let me create a project.
What's the through line, like creating the story behind this or idea behind this this body of work.
And because that feels like art to me, and that's how I looked at it, just solidly. So because of that, I started my rap career off like officially the release of music onto like DSPs and with releasing projects like just right out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Now there's good and there's bad to that. You know what I'm saying? The good is you can kind of, well, this is what I tell myself at least, right? You're able to focus on a mission at hand enough revolving around your passion and your art that you can package something up and give it out to someone. So you succeeded in packaging your art up and giving it out. Now, what you packaged up and gave out, like that's the product in itself is a different story, right? So like now when I listen back to that stuff, I can hear growth. I can hear what I wanted to do.
100%.
Like, yeah, like I had the right idea, but I just needed a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that.
The execution of it.
The execution, exactly, bro. You learn that more for sure. So whereas I don't necessarily regret putting those projects out right out the gate, it's helped me to be more mindful about releasing projects now because there's no rush, and it's art, so it can culminate into this like masterpiece. It doesn't have to just be that today, right?
Right. Totally.
And so with the Mixtape Monday vibe, I say why I started that specifically is because of my guy Jessup, right? So he's social media promotion all the time. So
100%.
there's times when I wouldn't even have been on social media if he wasn't hitting me up every day like, hey, bro, you're going to post to social media? Or, hey, man, like, do something. Like, to the point where I would just do it because I would feel like, damn, I'm probably going to talk to him at some point in the day, and he's going to say, hey, like, what's going on, right?
I'm going to have to tell him, no, I didn't do that.
No, I didn't, right? And then if there's ever a why? Like, why, man? Like, why didn't you? And he never really asked why, but I didn't want to get to the why. So it's just like, let me just kind of get this shit in. And so I would do things every time. He used to live out here and be out here more. So every time he was out here, we used to get together and just do something content-wise. He made sure because he knew that I wouldn't necessarily do it on my own if he weren't here, right?
For sure.
So every time he got here, we'd do something, and it would always get the results that I would want to see regularly. But I would never do that regularly. And so there was a divide that just basically bridged together at some point to where it's like, okay, and this is what you got to start doing at least semi-regularly. And Jessup would remind me of that shit. So he's like, he'd send me videos of other rappers, right? So he knows what he's doing, bro. He'll send me videos of just other guys like that have like a nice amount of success just doing something consistently. And he's like, bro, this is what you do. Like, why wouldn't you want to do this? Like,
for sure,
kind of showcase it like this so people can see what you're doing. And that just kind of focused me up a little bit more in the sense of, okay, well, let's do this. And then he's like, hey, bro, like, why don't you do a tagline? Like, do a tagline on a video, because that's what's going around. So even if it feels like gimmicky or trolly,
corny,
right?
Yeah.
Because that was the biggest, the C word, bro, right? And that's like the conversation stopper with me and him, because like I would throw that shit out there all the time. Like, yeah, bro, that's corny.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, bro, I want to do something like that, but I don't want to do nothing corny. You know what I'm saying? And then we had to get past that to where it's like, all right, bro, so like some things that are corny are done purposefully, and then they work. Because like naturally people are okay with corny. They just have to be okay with you first to like that, right?
Yeah, they have to understand and know where it's coming from.
Yeah, because then it's authentic, and then it's not judged as being corny.
Exactly.
And I think that's what it came down to where he's like, hey, bro, like, and then it's like a layer of being vulnerable that you show to the people too, as an artist, and it shifted from wanting to just do albums to doing a couple weeks of Mixtape Mondays releases, seeing results that tell me to keep going.
Yes.
You feel me? Like,
for
seeing results like, yo, keep going. And then it's like, okay, cool, I can do this. And now it feels like I'm almost in like a music college, bro. Like, it feels like I'm writing songs all the time. I'm involved in the process all the time. I'm learning. You see yourself and feel yourself getting better in areas, no matter how small or large they may be, right? And I feel like the longer you do things in a field, like the harder it is to progress and get better in those things. Right. So like, you know, you start to see that, like the progression, and you're like, okay, like this is a vibe. Like I can do this and do this. So I can like write these singles, get this almost like these repetitions in, right?
Yes.
Learning how to use the tool. I learned how to use my skills. I can rap. Yeah, you can rap, Ant, but can you do this? You like melodies, you like singing, you like listening to this stuff, right?
Yep.
Will you do that?
Right.
And if you won't, why? You know what I'm saying? Because if you won't, you're withholding ability that could give you joy from completing something, 100%. Right? And that's what I realized, bro. Like, start doing it. Start doing everything to your ability.
Yes.
And then you just feel more fulfilled. And now I feel more fulfilled, even though there's been times where I'm like, damn, like, I don't like this song.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
totally.
Like there's a lot of times, bro, you're like, bro, like, nah.
And we're our own biggest critic in that, you know? Like, we look at something and then, like, it's a comparison thing, or it's just like, it's not where I want it to be, you know? But it's like repetition builds muscle. So, like, the more that you do it, the more it's going to feel better. You're going to get stronger and just more well-versed in it. So it's like, as long as you're working that muscle, it's going to grow.
Yeah,
you know?
Bro. Amen, bro.
Yeah.
Amen.
For sure, man. No, that's great. That's great to hear, because, like, yeah, dude, it's been crazy. Just like, as I kind of said before, just like waking up on Monday and just seeing that shit just roll right through. And I'm like, all right, I have something to look forward to every week, you know, and dissect it and see, like, what's happening over in Bozeman.
Trying to put some pressure on me. It's cool. Pressure received, pressure given, pressure received, bro. And it's cool. But this is what you want, though. You want the peers and people that you respect as people and creators, right? To just do what they do. And like, you're a creative dude. So like, you may listen to something I do and like see and hear things that like, that need to be brought to, that only you can articulate, right?
Totally.
And I think that's the beauty of like podcasting that gets lost sometimes, is that someone with the ability, or even first of all the want and the patience to sit down with another artist. You're an artist yourself, right? Like, you do the same things I do. For you to sit down and interview someone else, right? Like, it's like only certain people, it's like skills, bro. Like, certain people can do things like that bring out that energy, and like, you're one of them. So like, if you can listen to someone's song and feel it on a deeper level, and then do a write-up on it, bro, and then connect it to people that didn't understand or missed this or didn't know, like, sometimes that's all it takes. So bro, that is appreciated, bro.
Of course, man. Of course. Yeah, I love doing it, and I don't know. It is something that I feel like is a talent and a skill, you know, and it takes a specific person to like be able to hold that space, you know, for someone else. And we need more of that, you know, in our world right now. Like, we need people holding space for each other, because I've never grown as much as when I've been in a space that someone else held for me, you know? And so like, understanding the power of that and what it can do for myself, but also what it could do for someone else, you know? So just having that understanding that like, it's an important thing every now and again. It's tiring, but like, if you do have the power to do it and the talent to do it, then just roll with it and do it.
Yeah, bro, you just dropped the bar, bro. I heard everything else, bro.
Yes.
But like, I've never grown as much in a space that wasn't provided or created by someone else. That is crazy. That's powerful, because I don't know if that's true for everyone, but I feel like that would be. I feel like that's something that could be a truth that is, that's powerful, man.
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
And it can be anything. It's like someone looking you in the eyes, someone asking you how your day is. Like, they're holding space for you. It's not just like mindless drones walking around this earth and just like on our own paths, living our own lives. But it's like, when we can like look up and like look at each other, that's when like things change, you know. Ask somebody what they've been up to lately. Like, it's a crazy world, and there's a lot to, like, as you kind of said last night, there's a lot to get distracted with. And like, when we can see each other and hold that space, that's like when you bring the best out of each other, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
bro. You gotta put some claps in that bug there, bro. That's crazy. Yes, I agree.
So where are you wanting to take this next step? You know, is there anything that you have coming up, or that you're planning on doing, or are you just gonna be continuing to do the same thing? If you want to talk about that at all, if you have any like plans.
Not. This is the information that I was not paid to release on this podcast. So
there's no budget. There's no budget. I'm sorry.
No, I just always wanted to say that on the podcast, bro. You see people getting on there, they're just like, oh yeah, like, you know, like there's this classified information.
You can tell it's like super awkward.
Yeah, you can tell, like, just what can't you say? It's like watching the Joe Budden, or not the Joe Rogan and the Rock podcast, where, you know, it's like, Joe, you gonna mention these steroids because you always talk about them, but you know, no, man. I think right now I'm in the best place that I've been musically in a while, because there's so much discomfort. So like, I'm getting comfortable in areas that I wasn't before, but I'm entering new areas of discomfort, you know?
Totally.
Even coming out here, right? Coming out here is like you guys, like I'm coming to a compound, it feels like. I mean, it's Area 41, bro.
For sure.
You feel me? Like, and like, there's almost, I don't want to say intimidation behind it, but like, there's this, it's like you said about the bar, right?
Yes.
And putting it up here, so everyone has to rise to it,
no
matter who they are, right? I feel like that's happening right now, and that feels good. So with the Mixtape Monday thing, it's not something that I plan to to necessarily stop doing,
Yeah.
right? But it can evolve into something else.
Yeah.
That becomes just like, hey, there he goes.
The man.
Yeah.
Morning.
That's what I'm talking about.
What's up, Dragon?
This pod just got special. special. Look, we got puppy greetings.
We got Drim in the house.
Yeah, bro. We got Big Drim in the house, pup. Which just a sidebar,
Yes.
bro. Real quick, if I could give
Of course.
Drim some praise, dog.
Yes.
Like, that would be difficult. So like last night we had a show in this mug, right? Drim put the show together, and then the motherfucker like featured on everybody's set. I think he was on everybody's set but mine, right?
Totally.
And we got songs together that we will do at some point too. But like he did a song on everybody's set and then did his own set while hosting the show, and making sure that it's well. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of pressure behind shit like that.
Yes.
Yeah, like there's a lot of pressure, bro. So like that, being an MC, being an artist to do things like that is what kind of breaks the barriers, because like you're accepting responsibility outside of yourself, you know, to build something, even if your passion and your love is first with your art and your craft.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that. You love that deeply, and then it manifests into a bunch of like blossoming flowers. And I feel like that was accomplished very well, bro. So shout out to Drim.
100%.
Shout out to Mello. Shout out to you, bro. Like you guys are doing this, dog. Like shout out to Coulter. Like, man, bro. Shadow. Like I was hoping to see Shadow this time around.
Yeah.
Because they came out there in Bozeman, and bro, like the vibes are crazy, bro.
Yeah, how was that?
Incredible, bro.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Shadow's
an absolute fucking legend, bro. He's a tremendous MC. And beyond lyricism, so you get like to the point to where like you can be lyrical, right? Like I think if you become a good writer, you can be lyrical. If you become a good rapper, you can have a good technical delivery. And then after you get past those points, you start saying, okay, what can I do to like add like so much emotion into words,
Yes.
into empty spaces, into pockets that are gonna make people feel so deeply about that that now the song is like resonating on a whole new level, right?
Yes.
And I think he has to do that with his music, because that's what it does, right?
Yeah.
And bro, like Jobo, he had Jobo with him, bro. Jobo's fucking
Dude, the song sounded great. I've gotten to have a little bit of a private
Oh, you heard
listening.
it? Oh, yeah, okay,
so
okay,
they're great, bro. The hooks you killed the hooks.
Oh, bro.
Crazy.
Okay, bro. Hell yes. I'm glad. So at least now it doesn't sound like I'm the only one that knows this secret, dog. But like, man, bro, like Jobo's fucking a monster, dog. He's a prodigy, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, I was starting rapping at 18, you know, like dedicated to it. And this kid's like, I met him when he was like 15 on the New Wave ciphers. And he was doing that.
15
Yeah, I think his very first one, he was 13. Shot his first music video with Coulter when he was like 11 or 12.
Damn.
Swear to
bro.
God.
How long ago were those fucking New Wave ciphers? 'Cause I did one. Was that like
2020? I mean, the one that I did was like
shit, okay.
2022. So it's been like 5
It's been a
years.
minute.
Yeah, so he
Damn.
was like 13 and now he's 18. It's crazy.
And you did one too?
Yeah. Yeah, I did one. I was on one with Shadow.
I gotta go back and revisit those. I feel like they're so old now, Doug. I don't even know.
Totally.
I do not remember seeing you in one. I definitely seen Shadow.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing you in one, bro, but I know it was fire. Yeah. Bro, Jobo, I think, is an example of like accelerated talent. So like if you were like
100%.
if it were like working out or something like that, it'd be like genetics, right?
Right.
Because I can tell you right now, like I was not that good. Most people aren't that good at that age. I have music from that age that I can listen to. The dedication to like learn pockets, to learn, and even the writing, bro. So like he wrote his verse for that song. I don't know, bro. Maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I don't know. It was really quick and it was very soulful. So like it like it's heavy. It's heavy. He's 18, bro.
Yeah.
He's 18, spitting that heavy, knowing how to talk, knowing how to like the shit that I told you that Shadow knows, right?
Right.
Like Jobo's 18 and he's applying the same skills in his track. So like that I think is good. Like that's good for hip hop, bro, because he's young and he's still he's
Level-headed.
He's level-headed.
Yeah.
And he's putting seriousness and passion behind what he's doing. And if all young cats started out like that, started doing that at least, even if they're not necessarily prodigies, bro, you don't have to be that good to start off.
For sure.
Most people aren't gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But you work, you give it time, and you get better. And that's also why like it's good to be patient with up and coming artists, because like, bro, you like the term trash, I think gets thrown around a lot, right? And I think it's overused because like, if I'm being honest, like when I was 15, I was trash. When I was 16, I was trash. When I was 17, I was trash. When I was 18,
that's your
I was
first
trash.
time doing
right?
it, you know? So you don't have any like reference point other than like what you're hearing on the radio or what your favorite music is. So there's that comparison level of like, this is where they're at, this is where I'm at. But like, they have endless opportunities. They've had years and years to like craft this painting or this picture of like their artistry. And like, this is your first time with like a kindergarten paint set with like 6 colors trying to do the Mona Lisa, you know? So it's like, you know, like that's what it is at the end of the day, you know?
Oh man, bro, you just made me disconnect my headphones trying to do the Mona Lisa with 6 colors. Basically.
You know? Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, bro. Yeah.
So it's like your level of reference is like so disconnected from that. So it's like just giving yourself that like understanding and patience that like it will get there, but you just have to keep like searching for new colors.
Yeah,
you know,
bro.
go to Staples and try and find a different paint set.
Bro, expand a little bit and give it time, right? Because that's what I see now. Like, you see an artist and it's like, okay, you're like a couple years out.
Right.
Like, that's what you see. It's like, bro, like, you're a couple years out from being like crazy. Just focus on these points. Yeah. And like, I wish when I was that age, like I could have been told that. I don't know if I could have been or not. I don't. Right. It's something that, you know, it's a pride thing. Tell another rapper to work on something, right?
Totally.
These days, I only love working with producers and creators that are comfortable, like suggesting things, right? Because like, you're a one-man band, as an artist,
for sure.
You're not gonna see it all, right? So you have to work with someone that has a different point of view, a different perspective that helps you fill it completely out. And if someone would have told me, hey, look, bro, like, focus on this and this, like, what you want to say is there. You just gotta figure out a way how to say it that's authentic to you, without watching how everyone else says it and trying to copy them, and then you become the best version of yourself. So when someone's like trash, like, it's when someone says that, or if I use the term that's trash, it's usually because it's been copied so many times to whereas it's something that feels like it's compost, bro. It feels like
it's lost its like meaning or its nutrients, you know, like it doesn't have any like sustenance to
exactly
it.
Exactly. And like that's it. But like someone authentically being themselves, bro, like authentically if you are disciplined at whatever you want to do, like, I'm of the belief that you will get good at it, bro.
100%.
You will get good at it, and you're already unique enough because you're you, that it's going to be something that other people want to be around and involved in because how you specifically make them feel about it. Yep. So like, for me, that's the mindset, right? So when I started Mixtape Monday, it was like, okay, how can I want to start being consistent first, right?
Yes.
So, and I also want Jessup to stop judging me about not being on social media, right? And so let me be consistent first. And then it's like, okay, I can be consistent putting out these songs. There's going to be other artists. Hopefully they see me being consistent putting out these songs, right? So they can be like, yo, this cat's over there just putting out music like it's nobody's business, right? Like, or like there's millions of people that want to hear this shit back to back to back to back, right? Yep. Which isn't the case. So they'll see that and be like, yo, I'm gonna put my shit out.
Why can't I do that?
Why can't I do that?
100%.
Like, okay, let me put some shit out there too, because I know that he likes rap. If you follow me over the past like 5 years, you know you haven't ever seen this much social media content,
totally.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, he must be like saying, okay, you can't just rap. You gotta step outside of your comfort zone in certain areas to make shit happen, right? So they'll see that and be like, okay, I'm gonna do this consistently too. I need them to do that. So I need artists to do that, because if 10 artists say I'm gonna start consistently doing that, well, now they're creating this this need and they're feeding the ecosystem. So now it's like hip hop can't die out around here because there's too many people that are consistently doing something to keep it going.
Yes.
And it's going to manifest something bigger. So if there's 20 artists, bro, 30, 40, 50 artists consistently putting out songs, even if it's not every week, if 50 artists put out a song once a month, you feel what I'm saying?
I do.
So now you have like this market that's flooded with these intentional pieces of art that you're not getting too hung up on, right? You're not thinking about like how can you blow up per se, right? Because if you do that, that could kind of fuck up the your psychology around the idea of like, I'm not getting any support now. I'm depressed.
Right.
You gotta, like you said earlier, right? You gotta disconnect the two, right? Yes. So like if you put something out there and no one reacts or no one knows, like no one knows about it.
They're missing out.
Yes, that does not mean that your product isn't good. And I think like it's crazy, but like as hip hop artists, we just need to start realizing that hip hop is in a whole, as a entity, as a business, it isn't different from anything else that you want to operate successfully. You know, like once you look at it with the same lens, you're just like, okay, this makes sense. I have to consistently do this all the time.
Yes.
You know, like even if you look at like Walmart, McDonald's and shit like that, right?
Sure.
That are the billion-dollar industries, cleaning up, making more than everyone. Like, bro, like they're not doing that off their product being the best, right? No. They're doing that off of doing these other steps that they know that are gonna make people buy from the brand or go there, right? And I feel like as artists, we strive to make our product the best we can, right? Yes. Other people can criticize it. They're allowed. That's what you want. You want to keep growing, right? And when we do that, our product is the best we can put out there. That's the best.
Yes.
After that, nothing else matters, bro. Like you put the best version of you out there, nothing else matters. You got to be happy with that and keep doing it. And then at the end of the day, you'll be like, damn, I've been putting the best version of me out all fucking year. Like, how can I feel low, depressed, or any of that shit? You feel me? Like, it kills it.
Yes. Yeah. It creates like a few things. It creates the ripple effect of like, with hip hop being competitive, you know, one person starts doing this thing. It creates this ripple effect on everyone else that's like, oh, he's doing that? Well, shit, if I'm doing it too, I got to get on that level, you know? And then it bolsters everyone because hip hop is such a competitive sport, if you will, you know?
See, so you're right. It's competitive and I think it should stay that way. The word I've been using other than competitive has been inspiring or inspirational, right? Because like for some reason, the moment you start talking competition, it's almost like this negativity behind it. When in reality, like if you come from a healthy space of it, it's amazing and it makes you better consistently. You're gonna evolve and get better, right? But like now, when I consider it as like inspiration, it's like I'm looking at you, I'm seeing that you're doing something super dope, right? I'm going to go do something very dope too. That I think is that I can feel as proud about that I do when I see you. So like I see you doing something and if I'm like, that's dope, I'm like, you're proud of that, bro. Like, damn, that's dope. Let me go do something so I can, because that guy's probably feeling pretty proud of himself. You know what I'm saying? He's probably feeling pretty good about himself. I want that feeling. Let me go do the hard work so I can get that feeling too. And it's like, that's the nature that keeps going, man. So like when you ask me where I want to go with it, like what I want to keep doing, I want to keep releasing music. I want to release projects. I have like a few of those. One with Mello that I'm ecstatic about.
I can't wait.
Bro, I'm ecstatic about that project, bro. It's like since 2021, we've been working on it, and it's like it's really been a learning process, and it's been amazing, bro. I got a project that I've been working on with Sanko Music with Kobe out in Wyoming.
Kobe's tight. He's so supportive.
He is, bro. And he is like fierce. You know what I'm saying? He's fierce about his art and about his ideas and about how he goes about executing them. Like almost like this just psychotic, bro. He's like gonna help you get to this level that he sees as like great. And that's good because you want people to to want the best for you, and I think he
see
does.
Your potential.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
When you don't see it, so there's been conversations with Kobe where he's like, and for you, so you guys know, Kobe is Jessups' brother. So like, I can't catch a break between these two guys.
Just bouncing back and forth.
Bro, literally, bro. And like, he'll just be like, yo, bro, like, you know, I think you should do something like this, and I'll push back on it. And then we'll end up doing it. I'll end up loving it. And then, you know, move on, right? So, like, there's been a lot of learning lessons around that. And that's why I want to keep writing songs. Because, like, even if I release once a month, the goal is that there's so much music coming out of here that I don't necessarily need to release once a week, right? So now I'm like, or if I do, it's all collaboration. Right. So, like, if we're all collaborating, like, I want to collaborate with 3-4 artists every release.
Yes.
Like every release, I'd love to not have to do all them damn verses myself, right?
Sure.
Like, let me get these other artists in. And I feel like that's happening now. Like it's opening to collaboration because I'm telling people, yo, I want to collab with y'all.
Right.
Like I want to collab with y'all. Like there's some guys that, man, like we need to make music because like it's not just about like why? Like no one knows us, right? Like we're underground. Bro, like you have to look at it as if we have these magical abilities, whereas we can create something that no one's ever experienced, no one's ever felt, and it could have this effect that helps and kind of evolves the human, the person in some way, right? Kind of like the space you say that we create for others, right?
Yes.
I love that, bro, because it's like I love creating space for people, even if I don't think of it the way you articulated it, which I like that because now it's like, okay, create this space for people. Let them stretch, let them feel, let them spread, and then you grow and evolve from that, right? I want to work with a lot of motherfuckers out here, bro. And because I feel that there's certain vibes that you can create or certain things that they'll bring out of me.
100%.
You feel me? So it's like, I want to work with TR. I want to work with Mello. Like, I'm making music that I haven't made on my own before. You know what I'm saying? I want to work with Kobe. I want to work with Jessup. Like, we're getting songs that are crazy, bro.
Yes.
So I don't want to cap that. I want to keep going. I want to see what we can do. The best song is, who knows? It hasn't been written yet. And you want to know how it hasn't been written or recorded yet? Because out here, all of us, we could have a song with everybody on it.
Right.
We could have a project with everybody on it.
For sure.
We could have something with everybody on it. And like, bro, the Lawton album is an elixir, dog.
It is.
It is like, it's crazy. It's emotional. It's crazy because like you're listening to like, there's a bunch of different people, bro. Everyone has their own like emotional, like body of energy they're bringing to this album.
Yes.
So when you're listening to it, you can feel that shit and you can see it. And then when you see the show, you see so many different people like operating in like within like an eighth of each other, like just like it's like a machine. You see all the little tiny pieces moving, and I think that's when you know that okay, how do we make a car? Is it just like one piece?
Yeah.
Do you just get one piece of metal and just like you put wheels on it? Like, no, there's a whole bunch of different pieces that go into that, and now there's a car that's moving.
Yes,
there's a car that's moving now. Yep. And if this were like an apocalypse, and like there's no movement anywhere, dog, and then you see a car that's moving, like. What are you gonna do? Like, you gonna be like, oh no, fuck that car, because there's another human being in there, and that's the enemy. That's the bro. Like, no, you're gonna be like, yo, like, what the? There's somebody else out here. Let's figure this out. Yeah. Let's find out if they're Oh, they're not. They're friendly. It's cool. Let's go. Like, where can we go from here?
Yes.
And like, I feel like that's what Area 41 is doing.
Yeah.
They got wheels, and it's rolling, and it's rolling because of what it stands for, and more things need to be like that.
Yes.
And I think the reason why that started could have been because of the ciphers that we're talking about. It could have been because of the collaborations early on that you're initiating with people that you don't know. Yep. And now there's this momentum building, and now there's these pieces for this moving car.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And then we're here.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like, so I don't know, bro. I feel like that's the goal. Like I want to create art, and I want to do it with I want to collab because I think collaboration makes better, it makes bigger, and it's better, bro. Like it's just like it feels better. It feels better than just being
locked
alone.
In your own lane. You know, like as you said, it brings the best out of each person, because each person is bringing something different to the table, you know, and like a different dish for like a potluck, you know, type shit. It's like everyone's bringing something different, but like when it's all joined together, it's this full-fledged idea. But you're bringing parts of yourself, and each person is bringing something different. So it's like that's a great part about collaboration, because it's like I can go over here and I know what I'm getting. I'm getting green beans with this guy, and then I'm getting corn with this guy, mashed potatoes with this guy. I already know what I'm getting, you know? And so being able to like understand that and work with that is like creating something amazing.
Bro, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I like that too, bro.
Yeah.
And you want the ingredients, dog. You want them. You want them, bro. You need them. You need them.
It was just an example.
Bro, look, they're hitting today. Bro, the examples are hitting today. The analogies, bro, like they're firing off, brother. Hell yeah, man.
So just some closing thoughts.
Okay.
Is there any advice that you would like to just put out into the ether? Something that you've been learning lately, something that you like just feel led to say, like anything. It doesn't have to be specific, but just any advice that you would like to let out.
I would say from a human standpoint, always first, right? And this is, I talk to myself. I like to give advice to myself.
100%.
So like before I do it, it's like, okay, I'm in the mirror. I just walk to the mirror and this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't take shit personal. Like don't start taking shit personal today is what I tell myself in the morning. So it's like, you don't take shit personal, and you're not going to start today. And the way how this world works is it's designed to make you do that. Don't take it personal, because everyone's trying to live personally. So anything that's done, it's not personal. It's not personal to you. It's personal to them, right? And it's something that they're going to have to work through and deal with. And that goes from like the smallest of levels. So if someone cuts you off, you know what I'm saying? Someone, you know, like, or if you think you know, someone's doing something personal to you. If someone walks up and punches you in the face, brother, if someone, I'm trying to drive this point home. If someone walks up and punches you in the face, if they punch me in the face, right? Like, now, of course, I've been pre-wired and predisposed to react a certain way, right?
100%.
But I have an option in that moment, right? If someone walks up and punches me, I have an option. I can react the way how they likely expect me to react, or the way how they likely think I'm going to react, or I can react the way I want to. Now, if I want to punch them back, that's the way I want to react. You feel me?
Totally.
But is it? Or did my option just leave because they walked up and inflicted violence upon me? So now I have no options. I can only react one way. And I think that's the problem is we think that in society, like, we can only react one way, and people can take our decisions away, and it's because of taking shit personal. The moment we stop doing that, nothing matter. Like, it doesn't matter. So now it doesn't matter if I'm not thinking about if this person has like dislike or disdain for me, because if they did, they would know they could say it or show it, right?
And it would mean something to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And then anyone else that it wouldn't mean nothing to, it doesn't matter. So like a random Joe Schmo from across the street, bro, like I would never think what that person is thinking about me, because I don't know that person. This is only reserved for the people that you have love and respect for, right? But everyone else doesn't even have a chance to affect you personally. But what we do specifically, being artists, being vulnerable, it's crazy work, brother. Like, we're putting our psyches out there for people to critique and
pick apart.
Yep. Like, it's something that if we start taking that personal, it's gonna destroy you. So I think that's how like artists develop certain bad habits. So whether it's not being coachable or not being able to take critique, like, low self-esteem,
right? Totally.
Yeah, and it just pushes, and that just gets projected, and working with other people, and then like, oh, this person. Does this person think they're better than me? Like, it's just these questions that don't come to, because if I'm working with you, if we get to the point that I'm working with you, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not thinking if I'm better than you.
Right.
I'm not thinking if you're thinking you're better than me, because at this point, it's like, bro, like, this is the point of this.
Yes.
So I hope at this point that you're better than me. I hope that I'm better. Yeah. I hope that somebody does something that inspires the other person.
100%.
Right?
Yes.
And that's the way it should be. And I think it's like that with a lot of the people in my circle now, because it's kind of curated.
Yeah.
But like, if everyone could just not take things personal, as artists, I think we would immediately be more successful in life in general. I think we'd be more successful, and more at peace, and with less assumptions, and with less like anxiety. You know what I'm saying? And you just feel like you said, bro, like space. Now I feel like if you're not taking anything personal, that's what helps me. That's the only thing that helps me create space for people.
Totally.
Is that I don't take things personal. So now I'm like, okay, let me give this person as much space as they need.
Yeah.
And what they do with that, they do with that. Maybe they use that space in a way that makes me never want to share space with them again, you know?
Sure.
Or maybe they do something that inspires me, which usually is the case. So that would be my biggest, just in a nutshell, bro, don't take things personal. It's very, very hard to do, but most of the time people are not trying to personally afflict you, even when they walk up and punch you in the face. You should just, you know, like
keep it pushing and
keep it pushing. Don't let them rub off on you too much.
10-foot pole distance.
Yep. Don't let them rub off on you, bro. And you stay over here and you keep enjoying and being peaceful, because they'll likely never have it, and they'll likely always need someone to victimize so that they feel strong. And I think you can cut off a lot of shit, bro, the moment you stop doing that. And that's why I always encourage artists to reach out to me. Like, we are rappers, bro. We create art. Sometimes the shit looks arrogant. Sometimes the shit looks vulnerable. Sometimes the shit looks, it's supposed to look a million different ways because it's hip hop, but it never looks like it's not authentic or that it is directly meant to destroy. And then as long as that's the case with me, bro, like, I feel like I'll keep making music forever, bro. I'll keep doing this forever.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's beautiful, man. 'Cause it's a never ending process, you know, like as much as we think we might have grown or how much we might be grown, we're growing, learning from the day we're born till the day we die. There's like that Nas song where he's like, on like one of his new King's Disease projects where he's like, once a man, twice a child. Like you start as a child, you become a man, and then you exit a child, you know? And it's just like, you're forever growing regardless. You're always growing. And like when people realize that there's not really like a culmination to that, like you can be wise and you can understand how to handle different life things or situations. Like you can be wise in your experiences when you've experienced many things, but like we're always growing, you know, and it never stops. It's a never ending process.
Yeah.
So
right.
it's like, if you can understand that, the ego goes away and you're just like, all right, what are we learning today? You know?
Hell yeah, bro.
It's like showing up to school every day.
Yeah, bro. I learned some shit today, bro. You know, that's how it should be though. With a conversation, you got to learn shit, bro, or else what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
100%. 100%. Hell yeah,
brother.
Well, I appreciate you coming through, chatting. It was a beautiful show last night. Killed it.
Ah, thank you,
Just
brother.
went crazy. I love it. I think it's like maybe the second or third time I've seen you perform. And
that's right.
It keeps getting better and better. I think I saw you Music on Main one year.
You were at Music on Main when I was in? That's crazy.
I think so. Yeah.
Was that before I knew you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I've been following you since like
that's crazy,
2018, bro. 2019.
That's crazy. Well, you know what? I was following you before I knew you. Mello showed me a track of yours. I think it was you. Was it you and Jordan that was doing it? Or you and another cat?
Jordan
a
Pax?
New York style Jordan Pax. Maybe?
Probably.
Yeah.
It probably.
Was, you were going
Oh,
off, bro.
It was the undereducated track, maybe.
Yeah. I was like, Mello was like, let me just, because we were doing sessions. Every time I would go over his house to do a session, when I started off in 2021 with him, he would always play me something from an artist that he's working with or someone that he likes. Yeah. And I feel like he would do that to set the mood. Like, totally. Just so you kind of know, right? Yeah. And when he played your stuff, he was like, yeah, and just, you know, before we get started, you know, this is a guy that he lives in town too, he's local, you know, play a song. Played it. I was like, what? That's just crazy. He was like, yeah, I'm trying to get him over here. At some point, I'll try to get him over here. And then one day I came in the garage and your ass was over there. And I was like, wait a minute, this is him? What? Okay, cool.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, man. Yep, bro. And you had like the pre-roll packs and shit ready to go. I was like, yeah, okay, this guy right here, bro. I fuck with him, bro. So I fucked with you from the start, bro. And this is my pleasure being out here, bro. I'm happy we're able to do this, man.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's it needs to keep happening. and it needs to like just grow exponentially, because you share the moments, you share the laughs, the serious moments, everything, but it's what needs to keep happening in the state. And it's a pleasure to have you here, man.
Amen, brother.
Yeah. Thank you for taking the time to listen and support the vision I have of documenting the Montana music scene and highlighting the artists a part of the community who really shine and stand out amongst the crowd. And I really couldn't do this without the support and encouragement I've received from many of my listeners already, and I'm very thankful for it. The best way you can continue to help with this vision is by keeping tabs on the artists you hear on these episodes. Find them on social media, give them a shout out, and listen to their music, because there really are some extremely talented people here who love to create and are worth listening to. And support like that is 100% free of charge, and it makes a huge difference to each and every one of us that love music, from artists to fans. It means the world. As far as the podcast goes, please share it with your friends, your family. You can even tell your coworkers about it. Just spread the word, because music is such a universal language, and a lot of the time, we only get to see creators through exterior lenses, and very rarely do we get to see them for who they really are, which is just human beings with all sorts of talents and perspectives that shape the world as we know it. So thank you for listening, and have a blessed week. All love.